They're all hiding from us. Bugs just went down my arm. That's weird.
We need to get them all. This year I've had more aphids on my tomatoes than I've ever had. I don't remember ever having aphids on my tomatoes. You know, it's weird. I've come down here twice with a black light and I haven't found a single hornworm. Now, as soon as I say that, I'll find one. But at this point, I'm going to be searching every few days for hornworms. Just because if you can catch them small, you can save yourself a lot of heartache. I've got lots of plants that are getting covered up in fruit. How's it going? Getting it done?
Yep, with the help of Ben Turn, all things are possible.
My tomato plants are growing like crazy.
Yep, I see that. They smell like tomatoes.
Yes, they do. It is kind of glorious. These sunflowers are becoming the star of the garden. Do you ever come to your garden to do something for like 5 minutes? Like, I'm just gonna run down there and pick the okra and check to make sure there aren't any beans that need to be picked, and then like 45 minutes later you got tomato fingers. Yeah, story of my life. At least this time dinner was in the oven, so my family doesn't have to eat it 8:30 at night because of it. Also, side note, if you need to get tomato tar off your fingers, vinegar, lemon juice, some sort of acid comes right off, so you don't have to scrub your skin off. Okay, let's see what you'll get. Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm really loving this bean basket of pink and purple. What do you think, Malia?
It's really pretty.
But
you said pink. You didn't like pink.
Well, these are pretty. These are green too.
Yeah.
She's wearing a pink shirt right now.
I only like
There's
certain
bean.
pink.
Yeah.
She likes certain pink.
This,
Not like
this pink goes with your shirt.
what pink goes with her shirt?
These red swan beans. It's really pretty. What is it?
Look at this purple one.
Yeah, there's a couple like really bright purple ones in there.
Cool. They're really pretty.
Do you think I should try it? This is a dark purple
Do
one.
you want to?
Do you know?
What do you think?
Wait, I need to go over there and see if I can.
Stupid. You don't like it? Did the Benosaurus find a vegetable that he doesn't like? That'll be a first. All right, Malia, you ready to come see?
Sure.
First, let's start here at your tomato plants.
Those are my atomic cherry tomatoes.
Yep, those are your atomic grapes.
Yeah,
They're not ready to pick yet, but
Yeah, they get really colorful.
they're looking pretty good, I think.
There's a lot of
Look at
Yeah.
this one.
The plants are bigger than they were last year.
They definitely were.
Ben, are you going to show Malia the garden?
Banana tree. A what?
Banana tree?
Banana.
Yep.
Banana tree? Yes. I haven't seen bananas grow in your garden yet.
Yeah,
They're kind of hard to grow here.
yeah, they probably won't put off any ripe fruit. We
They
just
just look
planted
pretty.
those because they'll look pretty, and also we can use the leaves for cooking. Yes, that's borage.
Wait, one of them's
Hey, you can
purple.
eat those flowers. Those flowers are edible.
Yeah,
Wanna
that's how
try
I
'em?
remembered them.
Hey, do you have to peel stuff off?
No, just eat it. Yes,
like a
that flowers.
cucumber.
Yes, they taste like cucumbers.
Mine are so fuzzy.
This one has no green on it.
What do you think, Gus? You gonna eat it?
I peeled
You don't have to peel it, baby. You just eat it. You eat the flower.
The flowers aren't very tasty.
They
It
are?
doesn't even taste like cucumber. That gives you a bit of flavor. I can't even swallow
Just a
it.
tiny bit of flavor, huh? Here, look. It's the watermelon called Benny Kadima. It's a Benny melon.
Yeah,
hope
it's
it tastes
on me. I hope Ben tastes good.
What does it look like?
A real watermelon.
Well, that's what it is. Aren't these beautiful?
Yeah, they're really pretty. Are they zinnias?
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Zinnias are my favorite.
I like them a lot too. I love how zinnias get like these tiny little flowers around the inside of the big one.
Here, Malia, it's your
I
fault.
love that.
I think they want you, Benny.
Oh, come on. Not me. What Toby?
My kids are playing cell phone with a rock,
What is this, Mom?
and I'm just like, whatever. The okras, yeah. What are you asking me?
This is supposed to be PBS phone because it.
That's your phone with PBS on it?
Yeah, I have two phones
Okay.
with PBS.
Oh, cool. Wow, that's educational. Here, turn around. 2 cell phones. What are you gonna do with 2 cell phones?
You see a snake on them?
The beans are long and look like a snake. I haven't grown them before, but they seem to be doing
That's
well.
exciting.
Yeah, they do look like a snake. TBS.
Man, I don't know if behind this, if this is a tomatillo or a ground cherry. It's a volunteer, whatever it is, right here. All right, I've got that cherry tomato tied up. It's taller than the trellis already. It's not even the middle of June. Yeah, and you're getting all kinds of treasures. Now you found a spoon. What's that one say? Zucchini. This was a marker from last year. You want to go put it somewhere?
No, it's gonna be my spy shovel.
It's going to be your what?
My spy shovel.
Your spy shovel, okay.
Look at this baby one.
Oh, it's a little baby lemon squash. Aren't they cute?
It's so tiny. You can't even see it. It's right there. That's so small. How do I see it? Right there. Whoa. Don't touch it.
There's a lot of baby ones.
You got a harvest?
Yeah.
What is that?
Squash.
Very good. I just saw something really gnarly I want to show y'all. So I normally pick fasciated blossoms that are fused together because you'll have like conjoined twin and triplet tomatoes, and a lot of times you end up with a lot of cat facing. But sometimes I'll see one and I'll just be like, oh, my curiosity just gets the best of me. Check out this little tomato right here. That's like 3 combined.
Can I
maybe
get in your
4.
car?
That is gonna make one gnarly tomato, and I'm gonna let it go. It's about time for me to cook these beets before they start splitting. A lot of them are getting big enough. Some of them are still on the small side, but I definitely have another harvest. I've already harvested several. Wow, look at these tomatoes. These are the dark galaxies, and they're already starting to get some neat mottling on the skin. Well, this is a really interesting shaped tomato. This is the Japanese black trifle. I don't think I've ever grown one that's quite shaped like that. Very pear-shaped. Oh, here comes Nosy. So I shared about how scarlet runner beans came up over here, and several of you shared with me that scarlet runner beans actually can grow perennial because they develop a tuber, and that may be what happened. I definitely have scarlet runner beans here. And over here, I definitely have my first noodle beans. And look at these beauties. Little Zlottyland chamomiles. I need to start picking on these and laying them out to dry. There he is. I knew he'd come. I love chamomile tea. At the end of a long day, whenever I go to bed, like whenever Maya and I are like, we're done with the day. Kids go to bed. I put my cell phone on the charger in the kitchen, and like we unplug. We're done with media. We're done with being connected to the world, and we go to our room, and I like to take a mug of chamomile tea, a little bit of honey in it, and let me tell you what, when I get that mug of tea in my hand, I am giddy. At this point, the association is just that I'm done. Like, I'm just done for the day. And so there's probably like this whole like, you know, mental connection thing going on that I associate chamomile tea with like such relaxation, because really the only time I drink it is when I am like unplugged. Chamomile tea is like the taste of, sincerely, is of relaxation. Of course, it has medicinal properties in and of itself. You know, it helps relaxation. But I think at this point, I love my cup of chamomile tea. So we're watching all of these big tomatoes turn green, but I don't see any blushing on them yet. I'm curious for those of you who are also in 7B, if any of you have ripe tomatoes yet. If you do, or if you've got tomatoes blushing, or you think you got them close, comment below and let me know. I'm just kind of curious. I know that my friends in Texas and in South Arkansas and in California, they've all had tomatoes for a couple weeks now, so I gotta be close. Many of you have asked how the peppers in the grow bags are doing, and I would say that they're doing very well. They've at least doubled in size since being put in there. I come out and garden with a roll of tie tape hanging out of my pocket so that I can tie up my tomatoes and just pull it out a little bit at a time. So I tried to be eco-minded, cut up a t-shirt and use that to tie up tomatoes this year, and that's what I did like my first time going through and tying everything up. And a lot of those are still holding and they're still okay, but some of them, like, they haven't held super well and they've stretched a lot with the rain, so maybe a different fabric would have worked better. But I ended up breaking down and buying some of the tie tape that I've used for years now. I just get a big roll of this on Amazon. I've already used about 2/3 of this one, but I have a lot of tomato plants. Got a few more garlic scapes. I usually just kind of dice these up and use them like garlic. I like to throw them in my kale with fried eggs, or just in, you know, anything that I would be making that I would put garlic in. Isn't this a very different view? There's the future water line. It's gonna go back here. And then back that way, you can see that pipe running. That's where we're gonna build a little barn. Hey little lady, you're out late. Everybody else is already going to bed. Everybody always lays in the same nest box. This basket really isn't quite big enough for what I'm trying to do right now. But it is a pretty full basket, isn't it? Shoo shoo, I didn't set that down for you. I didn't bring this stuff for you, nosies. This is very satisfying for me. I used to dream of my basket looking like that. Y'all want to go back and see the pigs? Oh, our lawn service is here.
Gabe is like the cutest dog on earth. He honestly is.
Hey, Journey Pig.
She's so big.
Yeah, she is. I remember when I could hold old JP in one hand.
Gabe.
Do you love Gabe? He's getting big. Toby, you're not going to be able to do that much for much longer.
Yeah, I know. He's getting heavy. See, you hold him.
No, I don't want to hold him.
He's so heavy.
Put him down. He's too big for that.
I'll take here. I'll put it in here. Let's go, Gabe.
Were you just using, what were you using?
Special.
Your spy shovel to dig that hole? Nicely done. Look at the rocks that were in the ground where we had to dig this trench. So many rocks here. This is why we had raised beds originally, because this is what our ground looks like. It's just full of rocks. Y'all look at that cotton candy sky. Well guys, I'm gonna take these children inside, get dinner out of the oven and feed them. Yes, it's chilly. It's almost dark. And edit a video and get around to some chamomile tea. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I bless you. Until next time.